Hey everyone, I think that we're gonna finish off. I was gonna do this as a stream, but then I realized there was gonna be a lot of hopping around, and if you just popped in, it was gonna be extremely irritating to just see everything fly by in a fast-forwarding stream. So, we're gonna go through, we're gonna try and get the endings we haven't gotten, and also unlock some images and maybe get a special image, we will see. But most importantly, we need the happy Dom ending because I want to live in a world where I don't eat my boyfriend. I'm gonna go back to when we first followed Dominic and make some changes and see if that alters our encounter with Bishop. She says as she clicks the wrong one. Game trying to send me after Luca again. I mean, really, Dominic has saved us in most of our endings. So let's do things a little differently. Just to see if we can get what we want. Which is surviving. Surviving together. Happily. Because we've had many different outcomes. I was just curious. Deciding to be a little coy, I give Dominic a taste of his own medicine by offering a casual shrug. I was just curious, that's all. Isaac told me something interesting was going to happen tonight, so I came to see for myself. Boy, was that ever a mistake. Oh, look at those narrowed eyebrows. He's like, no, choosing my ending is never a mistake. His brows knit together in a slight frown. Except for the part where I got to see you again, that is. I was a little worried you might never come back to the diner. Ooh, thirst engaged. Still engaging maximum thirst. There we go. Thirst successful. For a moment, Dominic just stares at me with apparent surprise. Did he think I'd forgotten him or something? Eventually he turns his head away from me, but I can see a faint smirk briefly flicker over his mouth. Yeah, it worked out. Okay, we're good. I think we're on a good path. And of course he can drink from us. This is a vampire game. How can we end up with a happy ending without following all the tropes? Come on. I believe in a thing called tropes. Hi, Bishop. We have unlocked the ending. Look, we've unlocked, well, not the ending. We've unlocked our last option. Ha 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 ha. I like taking unlocked options. Tell him what he wants to hear. I don't like being threatened. I never have. But refusing Bishop right now would be suicide. If I tell him what he wants to hear, he'll back off. Yes, I'd be willing to join you. Yet as the words leave my lips, I have to wonder if there's not some truth to them. I don't want to leave Dom's side, but I don't want to risk him getting hurt either. Is this really the only way out? What a clever little thing you are. I hope your words come from your heart, though. I have to say I quite dislike the falsely loyal. I think I can guess what happens to the poor people he thinks are falsely loyal. Does that mean that Isaac is properly loyal? I have so many headcanons for this game. It's insane. Onwards to happiness? Well, this is it. My apartment. This night we make good choices. Okay. We don't have no it isn't. So, I'll take the risk. I will take the risk. For those who are just joining, part 1 is where we did all of our Dominic stuff. So, in reality, I feel like it doesn't truly matter to me whether I end up staying as a human or not. If someone as gentle as Dom can be a vampire, then what is there to be afraid of? So many things. Jack, you know nothing. You know nothing about this world. Despite what he says, I know he's not a monster. I understand now that unlife doesn't mean becoming a beast. Unlife. I'll take it. I'm scared of losing myself, I'll admit, but I think, well, I'd be willing to take that risk. Because more than anything, I don't want you to be alone anymore. I want to be by your side, Dom, even if it means giving up everything else. Ashamed of my own cheesy words, however honest they are, I bow my head slightly. Ha! He's laughing at us. The judgment. Although I avoid looking at Dom's face, I get the sense that he's smiling. My heart leaps up again, and I barely resist the urge to bury my face against his shoulder. But when I look at him next, his features have darkened again, and his arms squeeze protectively around me. And then we make the promise that we have to be turned by him. That's our promise. And I believe in us, and I believe in our choices. And Dominic still doesn't leave a note. Because he's not the kind of person to leave a note. We have 2 choices now. Last time we only had 1 choice. I'll do anything to help Dom, and that worked out horribly, and we killed him. So you know what? I can't trust Bishop. That is the other constant across the timelines, aside from Fry Guy and Milkshake Guy. We can't trust him. You are not to be trusted. I can't trust him. It's impossible. There's no way that Bishop will let Dom go, even if I do let him turn me. And more than anything, if Dom says I shouldn't give in, then I trust him. If nothing else, I'd like to hold Dom one last time. This might be the end, but if they kill us together, I think I'd be able to endure that. Dom! Breaking away from a startled Bishop, I rush towards Dom as fast as my legs will take me. Bishop is failing in his vampire duties, letting humans break away. I mean, I know he's a Strix, but come on. Dom's eyes widen when he sees me run up to him, and the vampires guarding him blink in surprise as well. I take a deep breath, getting ready to throw myself at him for a last embrace, when suddenly my feet lift off the ground. I'm being carried? What are you fools doing? Get them! Bishop's angry hiss jolts me back to my senses. Dom has me in his arms, and he's dashing towards the warehouse exit. Dom, you... With a sudden burst of strength, he must have thrown off the guards in their moment of shock. I hear their hurried footsteps rushing behind us, and I cling tightly onto Dom as he sprints up the stairs. Where are you going? Dom! He keeps running up more and more flights, racing towards the building's roof. It isn't long before we burst outside, and Dom brings us all the way to the edge of the rooftop. Dom! Don't jump, you idiot! Well... Just trust me. Like you did back there. For a split second, Dom smiles down at me, an incredibly gentle look welling in his clear blue gaze. Somehow, that confident smile melts away every fear I have. I trust him. More than anything. As Dom readies himself to jump to a faraway roof, I close my eyes and hold on to him as tightly as I can. And we fall to our dooms. Take this man, wedded husband. I do. If I strain my ears, I can hear happy voices not far in the distance. A tall man in a suit and a slender lady in a white dress stand side by side before a priest. We did it! I can't believe they decided to hold their wedding at night. It's almost as if they knew, huh? Whispering excitedly, I elbow the man crouching beside me, who offers a little smirk. My brother always liked the night. Guess it runs in the family. Dom reaches out to gently press his forehead against my own, chuckling under his breath. Back in San Francisco, Dom and I somehow managed to escape Bishop and his men. Dom pulled off some stunts. They were way too close for comfort, leaping from roof to roof, making impossible jumps that nearly gave me a heart attack. We were almost caught several times, but as soon as we got to the nearest bus station, we fled the city as fast as we could. To get as far away from San Fran as possible, we headed east, doing bits of work here and there to make ends meet. A vampire's strength can really be a valuable asset for heavy lifting jobs, let me tell you. When I remembered that Dom's brother was going to be married soon, I convinced him we should try and visit. It took a while to reassure him we'd stay hidden, but he finally gave in, much to my satisfaction. And now I can tell how happy he is that we actually came. Even if his brother doesn't know he's here, or even alive, I think Dom just wants to watch over him, to see him off into being a true adult. He's all grown up now. 10 years makes a hell of a difference. I just wish I could shake his hand. Dom murmurs to me with a wistful smile, but there's only a little sadness in his voice. I stroke a hand through his feathery hair, letting out a soft sigh. Maybe you can one day. Maybe you won't have to hide away from the world one day. Dom hasn't turned me yet, saying he thinks I need more time before I decide to seal my life away forever. I'm grateful for it too. It's a heavy curse to bear, and he doesn't want me to end up doing something I'll eternally regret. But I think I'll end up saying yes. After all, I don't think I could bear the thought of facing death and leaving this adorably gloomy man all alone. What a description of your significant other. What are they like? Oh, they're gloomy, but it's adorable though, I swear. I now pronounce you man and wife. The priest's announcement rings out in the gardens, followed by enthusiastic cheers. Well, should I try and cast the bouquet? I'll be expecting a giant diamond ring from you, so be prepared. You're pretty needy for a guy who is working in a diner. Jeez, how rude. Dom leans in to press a little kiss onto my pouting lips. For a moment I glimpse a look of pure gentle contentment in his eyes, and all the lingering shadows on his face are completely lifted. Hey, Jack. Yeah? Thanks. Huh? For what? Letting out a little chuckle, Dom shakes his head, gazing down affectionately into my eyes. Don't worry about it. Man, after all this time, I could still barely read him. No, Jack, you're just obtuse. Everybody else has got it. It's okay. But I guess that's just part of his charm. Stoic that he is. I curl against Dom's side while we watch the joyful reception, eventually letting my eyes drift close. In our shared silence, there's a warm, comforting sense of togetherness, like we're one body, one soul, rather than two. And for all the world, that might as well be the case, since back in San Francisco, I promised Dom that I wouldn't leave his side, no matter what. And I'll be damned if I ever go back on that promise. Yay! Happiness! I love this picture so much. It's beautiful. Oh, look at that. It feeds my OT5 heart. Even though we didn't get that kind of ending, but now I can imagine. I will live in this picture. Yay! So that was super positive. So let's end it off super negative by going to Isaac's dark route, because I need to know. Because I'm that person. Also, I think I'm still missing some images. I got the wedding image. Yes, there's an image missing from Isaac's route. I have to know. I need to know. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't just leave us to live in this happiness. I need to know. Feel free to opt out now if you're like happiness. But for those of you who want to live in the dark with me, let's start off from right here. Let's just do the opposite right away. Give in. I'm not even gonna try. Just hypnotize me right here. Everything feels so cloudy, like I'm inside a dream. I don't want to fight against it. Not this time. All I can see is Isaac's beautiful golden gaze. Feeling dazed, I numbly nod my head. That's a good boy. You know I have your best interests at heart, don't you? His hand drifts from my hair over to my cheek, and those slender fingers trace down my jaw. And with that, we're heading straight to the darkness. Nothing spells doom in these games like not prying. Unless you're Luca. So, you don't have to talk about it because I don't care. Whatever. Doom. I guess I shouldn't push him any further. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? He probably doesn't trust me enough to explain, which hurts a little, to be honest. It's fine. You don't have to talk about it. I don't care. Whatever. I mumble under my breath, giving my best attempt at an uncaring shrug. But Isaac shakes his head. No, I should tell you. You deserve to know. All right. And then the couch sees things that were not meant to be seen. Because this game doesn't have that rating. So, no. Let's stick with it. Let's see. We nearly didn't make it, so let's stick with it. I trust Isaac. I mumble under my breath, but my ears don't even register my own voice. That beautiful blood-red gaze is swallowing me up, pulling me in. No, you don't. You trust me, Jack. Bishop breathes a few soft words and they pour into my brain like sweet poison. I trust Bishop. Do I? I shouldn't, but Bishop? As much as I try to pull my gaze away, it's no good. A pleasant numbness spreads through my body and I relax in Bishop's grip before I know it. Shh. I'll take care of you, my little Jack. Just give in to me. I slowly nod, feeling a smile spread on my lips. Everything starts to grow darker and darker, but I'm not afraid. Bishop's arms are tightly curled around me, and I trust him. He's the only one I trust. The only one. Bishop. Aw, yeah. Missing image achieved. A soft sound escapes my mouth before I can bite it back. There's no need to be shy, Jack. Let me hear more of your voice. Let me taste of your voice. Bishop purrs into my ear, dragging his tongue along the lobe. Worth it. Worth it. Also, can we all enjoy that Bishop is the type of man who paints his nails? Also, no, actually, he probably has other people do it for him. Let's not pretend. Ooh, maybe he makes Isaac do it. The headcanons, they just keep coming. I try to control myself, but the hand creeping up my shirt moves too skillfully. Also, this ending is going to destroy Isaac. His long fingers tease along my abdomen, trailing their way towards a sensitive spot. Crying out again, I squirm in Bishop's lap, but he holds me firmly in place. Good. What a lovely little pet you are. He chuckles lowly, and his cold lips press to the side of my neck, against one of the many bruises. I belong to Bishop now. It's been a few months since he kidnapped me, even though it feels like an eternity. I struggled at first, trying to escape any way I could, but Bishop always found me before I made it out. He keeps me with him in his headquarters at all times, using me for blood and pleasure. And there's no way for me to resist him. The second I look into his crimson eyes, everything else melts away, and I can only think of serving Bishop. Master. As Bishop sucks on my neck, his tongue lapping along my flesh, I let out a soft whimper. He punishes me if I say his name instead of calling him Master, so I have no choice but to play by his rules. Good boy. Aren't you happy I brought you in? Bishop strokes my chest, his thumb brushing against one of the tender pink buds. I'll treat you so much better than that fool Isaac ever could. And perhaps I'll even give you my bite, so that you can be my prized pet forever. His cool breath brushes my throat, and I can tell he's going to sink his fangs into me before long. Isaac, how did it end up like this? How did I fail? How did I fail you so much? I was about to read, how did I fail so much? Which should also be my tagline when I play these games. How did I fail so much? It shouldn't be possible. Your mind must be broken now. Bishop promised he'd turn you into an empty slave, and Bishop doesn't break his promises. Ah! At that moment, Bishop bites my neck, and a sharp pain pierces through me. But I've gotten used to it now, and it's not long before the pain turns into a sweet, numbing pleasure. My body starts to grow hotter, and I lean back against Bishop's chest, trembling as he feeds on me. Master, thank you. I moan out the words I have to speak every time he drinks from me. It's humiliating, but every time we do this, it becomes easier to say. Before long, it'll become natural, and I'll be nothing more than the slave to Bishop's desires. My world soon grows hazy and dark, and a powerful bliss courses through me like electricity. I belong to Bishop, to my master. Those words repeat in my head as I succumb to the pleasure, and my consciousness fades to a murky, wonderful, painless black. Dark. I like how you could get pretty much every ending inverted though, and also in different routes, which was a lot of fun. Also, I'm sure some of you might be bummed, so hold on, let me cheer you up. I'll cheer you up while I ask the final questions. Here we go. Get ready for cheer. Yay! Cheer. Okay, so let's look at that cheerful image to wash that from our mind. And I want to ask you what you thought of this game. Did you enjoy it? I really enjoyed it, and I've written several fics for it that I'm gonna post, so yeah. So let me know which route was your favorite, who was your favorite, what combinations you liked, also what headcanons you've come up with. Tell me everything. I want to know. This was a really good time, and I can't wait to play the next game we play together. But this is gonna hold a special place. This one's gonna be high up there. This was fun. So I will see you all again soon when I can, and until then, well, you know the drill. More videos coming soon. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Bye-bye. This has been Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Special thanks to all of my patrons, names on the side, for helping to make these videos possible. There are, as always, more videos coming soon, so until then, stay tuned, for there are as many ships out there as there are stars in the sky.